His gaze pierces through me. Yeah, I hope he pierces something else through me. Hello, and welcome to Maid In Grisaille. This is a dark romance dating sim in which you play as a young woman who has been sold to a cult, and you now have to work for them as a maid. But things start to change when you encounter 5 mysterious men. Just remember though, that they are nothing but trouble. Let's get started. Also, I do a couple of playthroughs of this because there's a lot of different options, so if you are confused, there are timestamps in the description box below. I'm excited for this. England, 1850. We're so tiny. We're so cute. This is not how I pictured my first day. At least I'm alive for now. Better take a look around. Press right mouse button to enter investigation mode, and press left mouse button when the indicator turns yellow. Ooh, that's so interesting. A pigeon. It looks very tired. Some hay right here? Rusty chains. They clearly haven't been used in a long time. Hey, you newbie, come here. No, I'm not done investigating. Shush. Drawing of a cute little devil missing one horn. I'm here in the next cell. I know, but I'm looking at stuff. I wonder where he lost it. Stick your head through the bars. No! Marks left by past prisoners. Each of them counted days of their imprisonment. Is there anything else? More marks over here. A large web with no owner. It could be anywhere. Unsettling. Another web over there. A sturdy metal door in good condition. And a pee bucket. Alright, let's walk over. Oh, there's footsteps. Alright, let's exit investigation mode. E. A dull female voice echoed from the opposite side of the corridor. Welcome to our hell, fresh blood. Hello. Thanks, I guess. Sorry, gotta entertain myself somehow. She lets out a chuckle that immediately breaks into a harsh cough. How's the weather over there? Getting colder. Frost in the morning. Snow will be falling soon. Ah, late fall already. Time flies so fast. I see you made it in one piece. No screaming, no ripped dress. Let me guess. Your family sold you for a few coins. Oh, jeez. They thought I was useless. Got rid of me at the first chance. Ah, typical story. Just a woman's fate. Whatever the reason, I'll never see my family again. From behind the walls come hoarse yet melodic sounds. Is she singing? Who are you anyway? A lonely shadow forever confined. A name and identity lost to the mind. Alright, then what is this place? Where darkness thrives deep within. A mansion shelters the home of sin. This must be the effect of staying underground for so long. At this rate, I won't learn anything useful. Please get it together. Why am I here? You're the new servant, a slave, let's be honest. You will work until you kick the bucket, and no one will save you. So we're all doomed. You, me, and anyone else who ends up in this estate. Be quiet and smart and you'll live a little longer. The other question is a life like this even worth it? I hear a hoarse cough again. I'm not ready to give up that easily. Yeah, you go, Prim. There has to be some way out, right? Only if you run, but no one has ever managed it. My advice, trust yourself only and don't mess with the housekeeper. Pretend to be a good maid and start by tidying your cell. Because those who don't work stay sitting here. Thanks for the advice. Can I help you somehow? If you're in the kitchen, grab me a cookie. I'm tired of this prison mush. I mean, get you out of here. Ah, don't worry about it. I'm where I'm supposed to be. My neighbor starts humming to herself again. Oh. Collect the trash into the bucket. Alright, I'm cleaning my cell. Oh, I can just hold the bucket. What's that sound coming from the corridor? I mean, I'll check it out in a second. I'm cleaning my thing. Clear the remaining mess. How do I drop stuff? Ah, drop is Q. Get this. Toss that away. Now I'll pick this up and toss that away as well. Alright, that is everything. E. Heavy footsteps echo down the corridor. Slow and steady. The sound drew closer, and a wave of anxiety tightens around my throat. A figure stops at my door. Its shadow blocked the light, plunging the room into darkness, and the lock clicks. The scent of herbs burst into the space, driving out the dungeon's dampness and the smell of straw. Oh, hello! He followed carefully, sliding through the narrow doorway. I'll slide through his doorway. Wait, I can jump! Oh my god, I did not know that. Oh, hello. Dark clothes hid his appearance, emphasized the silhouette. The silver trim gleamed with an ominous shine. He's pretty. Can I shine something else of his? Cold eyes evaluated me like a soulless experiment. My chest tightened painfully. Out of the corner of his eye, he noticed the trash-filled bucket, then the tidiness in the cell. The man nodded approvingly. The neighbor's advice clearly worked. I want to see what happens if we don't tidy the cell. Freed from his attention, I finally collected myself. Make a bow and greet politely. Who are you, and what are you gonna do with me? Yeah, this one. I try to sound confident, but fear cracks my voice. Silence hangs in the air, as if the guest is weighing whether I'm worthy of an answer. I'm authorized to decide what happens to you. From this moment, you follow my orders. No, I won't. The new servant must be checked. Step forward. Whoa! Words stripped of emotion were pronounced with precision down to the last letter. Only people of high rank speak this way. Will it hurt? I won't obey your orders or follow your commands. You're not in the position to choose. Here, now. The man's voice takes on a threatening undertone. Will it hurt? No more than necessary. Approach humbly. I take 2 steps forward, keeping a respectful distance. The height difference is enormous. He can only see the top of my head. Oh, and when I look down, I can see the top of his other head. The master is silent. I wait patiently, ignoring the aching in my neck. He leans forward. Hands grab my waist without the slightest warning. Whoa! Yanked into the air. What on earth is he doing? Wow, he's huge. Grab him in a panic. I reflexively clutch his forearm. The push is 0, but the grip gives an illusion of stability. If he lets go suddenly, at least I won't fall like a stone. He carries me to the wall and sets me on the bed like a vase on a stand, and I sigh with relief. The master shakes off my hands with disgust. Limit your contact. It barely helped to even out our heights. But now the man stood much closer. The scent of fine tea and lavender strangely bolstered my courage. Bolster something else of his. What do you think you're doing? Your confidence is disproportionate to your status. Know your place. Hey! Don't talk to me like that. Retaliate. Oh no, what exactly are you gonna do? I suppose a doctor's visit is new to you. I need to check that you aren't sick. Skin clear, eyes bright. You're the doctor here. Even the mask can't hide the strange grimace, his reaction to my question. No, not at this hour. Interrupting further conversation, a leather glove clamps my chin like tweezers. Not painful, but firm enough that I don't think to resist. He turns my head in different directions, adjusting it under the torchlight, inspecting details only visible to him. Now open your mouth and stick out your tongue. Whoa! What the hell? I mean, okay. Make a lewd face, yeah. The man's fingers slid harshly across my cheeks, pressing painfully inward. Seems he didn't appreciate the joke. The humiliating inspection continues for a moment. My skin begins to feel warmth seeping through the gloves. It becomes too intimate. I retreat inward to distance myself. Predictable. Some coating on the tongue. The master muttered to himself. Finally, he releases my face. Hand. His own hand hovered in front of me, palm up. Is he seriously trying to train me? First open your mouth and give me your paw? What am I, a dog? But climbing on the bench myself apparently is too much. I sure am, let me bark for him. A pang shot through my chest. The gesture was far too gallant and completely out of place, as if the master was inviting me to dance. When will this end? Do I want it to end? Reach mesmerized for the shiny thing on the chain, obediently reach out my hand. My palm sank into the dark sea. His fingers slid carefully to my wrist, pressing against the pulsing vein. Silence fell. The master is focused and says not a word. What are you doing right now? Measuring your heartbeat. Be quiet. Wait patiently. Suddenly I realize how fast my heart is beating. This probably isn't what he's trying to measure. His gaze pierces through me. Yeah, I hope he pierces something else through me. Whatever the master thinks right now, there are no numbers in his mind. Continue waiting. Ooh, pretty. I felt him searching my face for some clue. How relentlessly he penetrates the soul. And hopefully penetrates something else of me. Yay! Goosebumps ran down my back. I panicked, trying to hide. I'm drawn to him. The realization burns like a hot iron. Did he really impress me? I felt heat in my cheeks and lower my gaze, trying to hide my embarrassment. The space on the bench shrank rapidly. Cold stone met my back, and in front loomed a warm wall. My breathing faltered. At the edge of my vision, a small dark silhouette flickers. A silver thread flashes brightly in the light, revealing its owner next. A spider! A fuzzy little body drops between us, hanging midair. The man didn't even flinch. His gloved hand lifted slightly. The creature descended and settled onto his palm. Togonaria domestica, a common house spider. His voice suddenly softened. The living blot skittered between his fingers. Oh, that's so cute! It seems the master has lost interest in me. Damn it! I exhaled in relief. Hopefully our strange encounter is finally over. The man stepped away, carefully returning the spider to its web. It felt as though he handled it far more gently than he had handled me. That's okay. I don't need to be handled gently by him. The now familiar creak of the door sounded. The master suddenly stopped, turning back towards me. Mixing ingredients yields two possible outcomes: success or failure. Do not become the lesson others learn from. The man pauses meaningfully, but if you are as meticulous in all the things as you are in cleaning, you may yet have a chance. With that, he leaves the room, the lock clicking shut behind him. The space belongs to me once more, a faint floral scent lingering in the air. Time to hop off. The jump animation is so cute. Look at me, I'm adorable. Nothing in the straw. Let's see if I can chat to the person there. Wow, the master is in a good mood today. He enjoys studying new toys while they still move. What was that? Is that normal for you? You get used to it. Strange things happen. The house is ruled by 5 masters, each with their peculiarities. If they pass me around like a common goblet, I'd say keep your distance, but everyone chooses their own end. The confident tap of heels echo down the corridor. A woman appears before us, head held high. She deliberately ignores my neighbor, and her haughty gaze pierces me. Skinny. You could practically see light through her. She clicks her tongue nervously. Fine. For lack of anything better, be grateful, for you are lucky. In the spirit of kindness, I give you a chance to prove yourself. Not because you are worthy, we're short on hands, even someone like you will do. Hands will be plenty once you stop treating servants like expendable tools. Abby, still not catching on? Spare me your rambling, useless freeloader. Connie! Oh my god, oh. Save your venom for your subordinates, old viper. The woman waves her hand, swatting Abby like a fly. Begone! I am Constance, the housekeeper, your manager. You will work in exchange for bread and a clean bed. Don't like it? You return to the damp walls to be eaten by rats. Move it, skinny arms. Time to work. Ooh, that's... a finger right there is really interesting. It seems like it's a prosthetic that's replaced it. I wonder what happened. Break a leg, newbie. Thank you for playing the demo. Oh, that was so cute. It was short though, but I liked it. I want to try and see if I can do anything else though. What happens if I just don't clean anything and I just act like a major butthole? Okay, so we'll look at all this stuff. Poor thing, seems like a little dry crumb. Seems it couldn't make its way down. Oh, there's a rat up there. I didn't see that the first time around. But yeah, we'll skip this conversation with Abby. Yeah, what if I don't pick up the trash? Hey, I got the little mouse as well. Oh, what if I can do something with the mouse? What if I can just leave it there? What's that sound coming from the corridor? I will hold the mouse and see what happens. Heavy footsteps echo down the corridor. Slow and steady. The sound drew closer, a wave of anxiety tightening in my throat. He followed carefully, sliding through the narrow doorway. The ceiling pressed down on my shoulders, the walls closing in. Breathing grew difficult. The dungeon had become a cave with a tiger inside. Hi, I have a dead mouse. Would you like it? Dark clothes hid his appearance but emphasized his silhouette. So pretty. Cold eyes evaluated me like a soulless specimen. Out of the corner of his eye, he notices the trash in the cell. The man shakes his head. Not exactly spotless, is it? Free from his attention, I finally collect myself. Step back towards the wall. Who are you and what are you gonna do with me? I try to sound confident, but fear cracks my voice. I'm gonna be very inagreeable. Silence hangs in the air as if the guest is weighing whether I'm worthy of an answer. From this moment, you follow my orders. No, I don't. And toss that filth away. My rat! I won't obey your orders or follow your commands. You're not in a position to choose. Here. Now. Fine. The height difference is enormous. He can only see the top of my head. And then he picks us up and yoinks us into the air. Do I at least get to keep my rat? Try to escape. I jerk away, shielding my personal space. A warm, uneasy glow prickles my cheeks, my body stiff with smoldering anxiety. Calm down, this adjustment is necessary for comfortable examination. He carries me to the wall and sets me on the bed. Like a vase on a stand, my body shivers involuntarily, shedding tension. Alright, now the man stood much closer, the scent of fine tea and lavender strangely bolstering my courage. What do you think you're doing? Your confidence is disproportionate to your status. Know your place. Retaliate. Oh, I'll show him now. But what can a small girl do against such a mountain? Is there any vulnerability? My gaze fixes on the mask and I decide on madness to try and pull it off. Oh no. My hand shoots into the air. A rough shove throws me against the wall, knocking the air out of my lungs. A broad palm presses into the area above my collarbone, squeezing the base of my neck. Whoa! Stand. Can I climb here like a tree? Silence. Listen. His face comes closer, eyes burning with anger. That's hot. Here's the shout, but each word hits like a hammer. Breathing grows heavier. The longer I struggle, the more force he'll use. This time I have nothing to fight him with. Nod silently. Interrupting further conversation, a leather glove clamps my chin like tweezers. Not painful, but firm enough that I don't think to resist. He turns my head in different directions, adjusting it under the torchlight. Now he tells us to open our mouth. Clench my jaw in protest. We'll finish faster if you follow common sense. Open your mouth. Alright, anything you want. The pressure on my chin becomes painful. I don't want to know what will happen if he uses force. I have to obey. The humiliating inspection continues for a moment. My skin begins to feel warm sleeping through the gloves. Predictable. Some coating on the tongue. Hand. I will not put my hand there this time. I feel awkward and uncomfortable with all your touches. I'm confused. Oh, I don't have the option to grab that. Okay, I'm gonna do another thing just to see if I can touch that after I finish this run. It's a natural reaction and I show the proper patience for it. I'm afraid to ask, but what else will you examine? Only the hand. Don't delay us. Alright, here you go. Silence fell. The master is focused and says not a word. Will I survive? No reason to worry. Your body lacks mass. Eat everything they give you down to the last crumb. Being trapped in a cell alone with a man, now that's a reason to worry. Sarcasm bursts out. Usually one would get smacked for this. Surprisingly, the master was unaffected. I assure you my interest does not go beyond professional. Oh, damn it. Well, I hope it does. I kinda like you. You're kinda hot. What are you doing right now? Measuring your heartbeat. Be quiet. Alright. I am angry at him. I'm annoyed by his brazenness and it shows openly in my eyes. I understand that I'm challenging him. To my surprise, he's completely indifferent and that irritates me even more. I will remember how you treated me and when I get out, I'll find a way to take revenge. Oh, and then the spider pops down. Harmless. Okay, so we skip the bit with the spider. The man steps away, carefully returning the spider to its web. It felt as though he handled it far more gently than he handled me. The now familiar creak of the door sounded. The master suddenly stops, turning back towards me. A thirst for knowledge burns away in the flames of pride. You'll make enemies before you understand anything. The man pauses meaningfully. Lazy servants rarely last long. With that he leaves the room, the lock clicking shut behind him. The space belongs to me once more. Alright, well, the master is apparently still in a good mood. What's that? Is that normal for you? You get used to it, strange things happen. The house is ruled by 5 masters, each has their peculiarities. Taking a swing at a 2-meter giant, what a move! And they call me crazy. What were you even trying to do? The confident tap of heels echoes down the corridor. A woman appears before us, head held high. She deliberately ignores my neighbor. Skinny. You could practically see light through her. In the spirit of kindness, I give you a chance to prove yourself. Not because you're worthy, we're short on hands, even someone like you will do. Hands will be plenty once you stop treating servants like expendable tools. You will work in exchange for bread and a clean bed. Don't like it, you return to the damp walls to be eaten by rats. Move it, skinny arms. Time to work. Break a leg, newbie. Alright, I do want to check out the necklace option before we end there though, so I'm just gonna quickly go back to that. I wonder what happens though if I pick up all the trash prior. And grab all of this beforehand. I'll just grab the bucket and pick up all the trash. There we go. And yoink, yoink. And put that there. Can we get the rat down? Yeah, there we go. Then I'll drop the rat, put that there. Oh no, well, the rat is just kinda there now. Well, rip me. Well, we don't have to clean because we're already cleaned. And she did praise us for it. She was like, well, you've already cleaned, so you're fine. I wonder if he'll notice the rat this time though. Well, he nods approvingly. I'm going to be really polite to him this time. Make a bow and greet politely. Movement comes out awkward, limbs stiff with anxiety. Hello, sir. My voice shakes, betraying my fear. 2 bright crescents cut across his face, making me flinch. I am Primrose, your new maid. Morian Faust. Master Faust? Oh, I love him. I have an OC named Faust. Hopefully you guys will get to meet him soon. I like that if we're polite with him, he tells us his name. The reply sounds polite yet condescending, as if I'm a well-trained dog that just greeted him properly. From this moment, you follow my orders. Alright, I will approach humbly. And then he's gonna yoink us, and we'll let him continue. Unbelievable audacity. What a brazen man, and yet he does it with such ease. I desperately hide my inappropriate girlish excitement. Just don't drop me. He carries me to the wall and sets me on the bed. Like a vase on a stand, I sigh with relief and a hint of disappointment. It barely helped to even out our heights. But now the man stood much closer, scent of fine tea and lavender strangely bolstering my courage. What exactly are you gonna do? Okay, you're the doctor here. I'm perfectly capable of climbing onto this bench myself. Your physical abilities don't raise any doubts. Yeah, you wanna see how physical I can actually get? He pauses, scrutinizing me again as if he missed something. Perhaps that was a hasty conclusion. We'll see. Oh, hello. He tells us to open our mouth. We will do as he commands. Wider. Oh my god. Damn. Didn't realize it was that big. He continued in a flat tone, ignoring my embarrassment. The humiliating inspection continues for a moment. My skin begins to feel warm, seeping through the gloves. It becomes too intimate. I retreat inward to distance myself. And finally, he released my face. Hand. Alright. Reach mesmerized with a shiny thing on the chain. Okay, wait. Yeah, let's do that. I've been fascinated by this thing for a long time and I deliberately miss his hand. I barely touch the cold glass and the man immediately catches my hand. Not allowed. Still rang in his voice. His reaction was far too serious for such minor disobedience. He moves my palm into a different position, fingers pressing against the pulsing vein on my wrist. A shiver runs through me. Time to wait patiently. His gaze pierces through me. Whatever the master thinks right now, there are no numbers in his mind. I felt him searching my face for some clue, how relentlessly he penetrates the soul. Goosebumps ran down my back and I panicked, trying to hide. I am drawn to him. The realization burns like hot iron. Did he really impress me? I feel heat in my cheeks and lower my gaze, trying to hide my embarrassment. The space on the bench shrank rapidly. Cold stone met my back and in front loomed a warm wall. My breathing faltered, and then the little spider appears. The man stepped away, carefully returning the spider to the web. The now familiar creak of the door sounded. The master suddenly stopped, turning back towards me. Mixing ingredients yields two possible outcomes: success or failure. Do not become the lesson others learn from. The man pauses meaningfully. But if you are as meticulous in all things as you are in cleaning, you may yet have a chance. And then he leaves. I'll see if Abby says anything different, but I think this is probably the last run-through I will do. Master's in a good mood today. Looks like he found his rose in this boring garden. Oh, that's different. Yeah, the staff will definitely find a primary use for you. What was that? Is that normal for you? Oh, you get used to it. I haven't laughed like that in ages. Reach for the pendant like a magpie for a coin. Good thing he doesn't hang it on his belt. The confident tap of heels echoes down the corridor. Constance says stuff the same every single time, so yeah. I don't think we really need to check through her dialogue again. I just want to check what's gonna happen if I step back towards the wall. Stepping back turns out to not be so simple. Just one step and my foot bumps into the bench by the wall. The figure watches my futile attempt to keep distance. Being cautious helps, but not when the cage is already closed. From this moment, you follow my orders. Alright, time to approach. Okay, and then one more thing I want to check. What if we say please don't make me when he says the mouth thing? I knew my pleas wouldn't be heard, but maybe he would show mercy. It'll be worse if I do it myself. But what if I want you to do it? Let me go. My weak attempt to pull away was instantly suppressed in his iron grip. As soon as I finished the inspection, I strongly advised cooperating with me. Alright, fine. But yeah, those are the last two options I want to check, and that is the demo of Maid In Grisaille. I hope you guys like that. I know it was just the initial prologue. I feel like this game has a lot of potential. I'm very, very excited to see how this goes. Because first off, we've met Morian already, who is the inspector. And we also have Reggie, Diego, and Artemis, and one more that we haven't seen yet. I'm assuming once the demo is updated, when the full game is out, we'll get to meet them. But I think for first impressions, although short, I really do like the mechanics in it. I like how we have a controllable character that we can walk around. There's little interactions, and also, despite the demo being quite short, there are a lot of different dialogue options that you can actually do. So if you chose certain ones, it would unlock different ones. So I think there's going to be quite a bit of replayability in this game. Because the devs also said the game doesn't rush you and rewards attentiveness. So it says to check your surroundings. And also, interestingly, they say that characters can see what we're doing in the dark. So I think that's going to be a really cool mechanic play around when the full game comes out. Because what if we like steal something and then like one of them is hiding in the darkness watching us? I think that's going to be really cool. Let me just bring up the game page here so we can scroll through it together. But yeah, I think the setting is really intriguing because it is set in the Victorian era in the 1850s. We play as Prim, a young woman sold by her parents to a shadowy estate, so we know that already. But we have been sold to an influential cult destined for a life of servitude, but she will fight for her freedom, which I actually really like. I like when the MC is, I guess, quite headstrong and will fight back against the situation, which is very similar to the My Eerie Lair MC Mary that I also really liked as well. This part, however, says, yet the most difficult obstacle isn't the walls, it's her own heart. The path to freedom lies through the masters of the house. 5 mysterious men who hide their faces behind their hoods. Their charm unsettles her, clouding judgment, disrupting plans, and no matter how strongly she's drawn to them, we must remember they're nothing but trouble. But that is the exciting bit, because like, yeah, I said this before, but even just playing like the short demo, there was still a lot of different options, a lot of different routes that you could take. So I feel like when the main full game comes out and we get to meet all of these gorgeous men right here, plus the one that we don't know yet, there is going to be so much to do in this. Because yeah, apparently in the full game you can romance 5 captivating men, sneak through the multi-story mansion, exploring it quietly day and night, live the full life of a maid with mini-games, quests, and social interactions, and make meaningful choices that shape the story and its ending. But yeah, I am very keen to see how this progresses. Thank you so much for playing through the little demo with me though. I had a really wonderful time. I know Morian didn't immediately fall for us and hold our hand and stuff, but that also makes sense because he has just met us. But I did like his characterization and also Abby and Constance's characterization as well, and I hope to see more of them soon too. Thank you so much for supporting me. If you guys would like to support the developers, I've linked the game in the description box below. And also if you would like to support my channel, my Patreon is linked down in the description box below as well. Supporting is not mandatory, just very appreciated. But that's all for now, and until next time, take care.